My definition of raw food is unprocessed whole food that comes straight from the earth. So just like when we build a house, we use rocks and we use wood, and those are raw materials that come from Mother Earth. In the same way, I like to avoid processed ingredients. So, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, those come unprocessed and whole. So an easy place to find that stuff is farmers markets. The way I think about raw food is that I like to then blend it, chop it, and make different recipes. But if I'm blending a soup and it's really cold out, or I'm in a cold climate and I want a hot soup, I'll actually heat it up. I'll let the blender keep running, or I'll put it into a saucepan and I'll keep sticking my finger in it if I want to keep it raw, so that by the time it gets warm to the touch, I'll take it off. But sometimes I'll just let it boil, and I figure it's still really clean. So it started from all unprocessed whole ingredients, raw ingredients that have been heated up later. It's still free of chemicals, pesticides, preservatives, artificial flavor, artificial color, all the sodium that comes in, let's say, a can of soup or a box of soup. It's still really fresh and clean. So for me, raw food, I have a new definition. It means ingredients that are whole and unprocessed, whether it's heated or not. People can detox daily really easily. You could just add a green juice to any day. And the way I think about juices, it's like taking a supplement, a multivitamin. There's this misconception that we can drink juices and live on that for 5 days and it's a great healthy detox, which I actually don't believe, because I think that we're supposed to be eating. And so the way I think about green juice is that it's replacing my multivitamin, because I'd rather drink a green juice that's made from whole, fresh, again, raw, organic produce, rather than a bottle that's holding a capsule and sitting on a shelf for like years. So I think that it's a better supplement. But again, I don't think we can just live on drinking green juice. But that is one easy way. Add on a wheatgrass juice, add a green juice, or add more raw foods into any diet. So if we think about like guacamole, salsa, gazpacho, those things, green salad, those are all already raw. So this idea that raw food is like way out there and like a weird thing, it's actually part of our everyday diets already. So it's not really that big of a stretch. But the easiest way to add on more raw is to add on a shake to every meal. If you add on a big, beautiful, like protein fruit shake, that's really yummy. If you drink that first, the fiber and the water will fill you up and really satisfy you. And then when you go to eat the rest of your meal, you might eat half of the other stuff. So you're just sort of like taking up room in your belly by filling it up with the nutrient-rich, fiber-rich, really good for you foods first. Another way is to add on a salad. So you could have a salad that's at least as large as the other parts of your meal. So if you're having a hamburger and fries that's like this big, you could have a salad that's this big. Have that first. And then again, the fiber and the water and all of that stuff will fill you up and make you feel satisfied. So you may only eat a fraction of the fries and half of your burger. Another really great way is to add on desserts. So I love raw food desserts because we have like cobblers and ice creams and brownies and chocolate ganache cakes. They're really yummy, but the way we make raw desserts is that we use nuts and seeds, which are packed with antioxidants. They're really great for our skin, building collagen. They're a protein source. A lot of them are very high in omega-3s, so they're really like superfoods. They are superfood ingredients. And then we use fruits like bananas or cranberries or goji berries, dates. So raw food desserts are, you can have your cake and eat it too. You can eat it as a meal, which is really amazing. So if you were to add on a shake, a salad, and a dessert, there's not going to be much room left in your belly for like any other not as beneficial cooked food. So detox, cleanse, and feast. That's my whole idea with raw food, is that raw food is the original detox. So we can actually feast and eat and not starve ourselves and actually detox. Because with raw foods, we're eliminating gluten, a lot of the common allergens. So wheat, gluten, refined sugar, dairy, animal products, soy. A lot of times soy is GMO. And then also corn. So by including more raw foods, we're naturally detoxing while feasting and cleansing. So another thing is GMOs, genetically modified organisms, is something to be really aware of. In this country, unfortunately, we don't label our GMO ingredients. So there's a big movement against that, so that we start to label so we know what we're eating. But GMOs are basically altering the DNA structure and putting, pesticides and things into the food, so you can't wash it off. In order to avoid GMO, it's always best to go to your local farmer's market. So I choose to eat as many whole, unprocessed fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds because it gives me the most vitality, the most amount of energy. It keeps my skin clear. It gives me mental clarity. I can focus really well, and it increases my productivity level. I don't seem to need to sleep as much, and I never get sick. So who can beat that?